Let's send a message to the world, to Keir Starmer especially, that the fight is not gone, okay? Not in us anyway. I am travelling back to the UK for literally the fight of my life. Men right now are fighting for their lives in prison, who have been falsely imprisoned, unlawfully imprisoned, pressured and forced and blackmailed to plead guilty to crimes they haven't committed. All of this will come up in our documentary, which will premiere on the 26th of October.
Is the UK becoming a police state? Recent events suggest a disturbing trend. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. From respect orders banning individuals from public spaces.
This is a message to each of you who are thinking about the 26th of October. Maybe you're worried, maybe you're scared. Maybe you think you might lose your job, maybe you think you might get put in prison.
To the imprisonment of a controversial figure for social media posts, the lines between law enforcement and censorship are blurring. As we unpack Tommy Robinson's latest legal battles, we'll explore what's really at stake for every British citizen. Tommy Robinson's journey from street activist to controversial public figure is a tale of rapid ascension and even swifter downfall. Born Stephen Yaxley Lennon, Robinson first grabbed headlines as the co-founder of the English Defence League in 2009. The EDL, according to Robinson, aimed to oppose the spread of radical Islam in the UK. But from the start, his methods and message were divisive. As Robinson's profile grew, so did his support base. His anti-establishment rhetoric resonated with those who felt ignored by mainstream politics. He positioned himself as a voice for the voiceless, someone willing to speak uncomfortable truths that others shied away from. This approach earned him a devoted following, but also fierce criticism from those who saw his tactics as inflammatory and his views as extremist. Robinson's most potent weapon was his ability to expose what he claimed were government cover-ups. He used social media platforms to broadcast his message directly to supporters, bypassing traditional media channels. This strategy proved effective in building his brand, but it also put him on a collision course with the law. The turning point came in 2021 when Robinson found himself on the wrong side of a libel case. He was ordered to pay $100,000 for defaming a 15-year-old Syrian refugee at a school in Huddersfield. The court's decision was a heavy blow, both financially and to Robinson's credibility, but it was his reaction to the ruling that truly sealed his fate. Robinson lashed out, claiming the legal system was being weaponized against him. They just decide that you're the target and then they figure out the crime afterwards, he declared, his words dripping with outrage and defiance. This outburst, far from garnering sympathy, only served to further antagonize the authorities. The final act in Robinson's fall from grace came swiftly. An 18-month prison sentence was handed down, not just for the libel case, but also for breaching a court injunction. The once vocal activist now faced the prospect of isolation in Belmarsh Prison, a facility known for housing some of the UK's most dangerous criminals. As Robinson was led away to begin his sentence, questions swirled about his safety and treatment in prison. His legal team raised concerns about the harsh conditions and the potential risks to their client. But for many observers, the more pressing question was this: what does Robinson's case mean for the future of free speech in the UK? Just when it seemed Robinson's story had reached its final chapter, a plot twist emerged that no one saw coming. How does the world's richest man fit into this tale of controversy and censorship? The answer lies in a series of tweets that sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. Elon Musk, the tech billionaire known for his electric cars and space ambitions, has long positioned himself as a champion of free speech. His acquisition of Twitter in 2022 marked a seismic shift in the social media landscape. Musk wasted no time implementing sweeping policy changes, vowing to combat what he saw as rampant censorship on the platform. It wasn't long before Musk's attention turned to Tommy Robinson's case. The controversial activist's plight seemed to strike a chord with the self-proclaimed free speech absolutist. Musk's public statements supporting Robinson's right to speak freely on social media platforms raised eyebrows and ignited fierce debate. Robinson's reinstatement on Twitter, credited directly to Musk's intervention, was a game-changer. Suddenly, the former EDL leader had a global platform to share his perspective and challenge what he claims are government injustices. The move sparked what Robinson himself dubbed a mini-revolution in Britain, with public sentiment seemingly shifting towards a greater demand for free speech and accountability. Musk's involvement has had a profound impact on the public perception of Robinson's case. Media coverage, once focused primarily on Robinson's controversial actions, now frames the story within the broader context of free speech and potential government overreach. This shift in narrative has left many Britons questioning their assumptions about civil liberties and the role of social media in modern discourse. The plot thickens with rumors of potential legal or financial support from Musk. Robinson's legal team has hinted at the possibility, a development that could dramatically alter the course of his ongoing legal battles. The prospect of a tech titan throwing his weight behind such a divisive figure has both excited and alarmed observers across the political spectrum. As the dust settles, the broader implications of this unlikely alliance are becoming clear. Musk's endorsement of Robinson, whether intentional or not, has amplified extreme viewpoints and potentially normalized controversial ideas. Experts warn that this could have lasting effects on public discourse, blurring the lines between free speech advocacy and the promotion of divisive ideologies. The stage is set for a showdown that will shape the future of online expression. As we grapple with the tension between free speech and societal order in the digital age, one question looms large. In the battle for hearts and minds, who will ultimately emerge victorious? As the dust settles on Tommy Robinson's legal battles and Elon Musk's unexpected intervention, we're left grappling with a complex web of issues. The tension between free speech and societal order has never been more palpable. On one side, we have those who argue that unfettered expression is the cornerstone of democracy. On the other, there are valid concerns about the spread of misinformation and hate speech online. The debate rages on about where to draw the line. Should social media platforms be held accountable for the content they host, or does that open the door to censorship and government overreach? As new legislation looms on the horizon, these questions take on a sense of urgency. It's easy to have strong opinions when we're discussing abstract principles, but cases like Robinson's force us to confront the messy reality of free speech in practice. As viewers, it's crucial that we critically examine our own views on this issue. After all, the decisions made today will shape the digital landscape for years to come.